coming at you live from the West Coast. And this is the Fantasy Red Zone. Live, man. Live. And I know it's rough for the first couple seconds, Jason. I don't know if you noticed this. And then it goes smooth the rest of the way. But for my TV, at least, it is lagging in the beginning. So if you want to stick around, man, and yeah, you're probably not even taking me seriously, Jason, right? Because I got an eye patch on, right?
I don't even know who you are. I can tell it's affecting you because your lack of eyesight. You picked the wrong beer.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I didn't go to work today because I had to go to the eye doctor. Anyways, I had to pick up Bud Light today. That's what we're drinking over here, man. So it's like 2%. I'm sipping on water over here, dog. But it's okay. Jason, I have a joke for you. Do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
R.
What is that?
R.
You would think it be, but it be the C.
It be the C.
Yeah, and then that's what I thought when I had an eye patch on. I was like, I know a pirate joke. Anyways, people, man, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We're two friends hanging out, man, drinking. Hope you like this shit. We're going to be talking about, what are we talking about, man? I forgot what coaching changes, man. One of the most underrated things in fantasy football. And we're going to highlight the important shit, man, on the important players. So stick around for that. Jason, we need subscribers, man. Like, we need new eyeballs. So desperately, please help us. Could you please tell the public how they can help this show?
Yeah, we need subscribers, man. We need Tyler's gonna have to replace that glass eye like every 6 months. I think that's what they told him.
Have you ever seen Last Action Hero, man? I'll put a bomb in that shit.
Oh yeah, I have. I've actually seen that movie. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty funny. Arnold, right?
Yeah, when you said it's yeah.
It's funny, right?
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was action, it's comedy and action.
Well, it's probably the worst action movie he's ever been in, but it was funny. I thought, at least.
Continue forward, Jason. How else can they help the show?
You gotta hit the likes. We like the likes. Leave a comment. Let us know. Give us your opinion on these changing factors, these changing coaches, how they will affect the fantasy players in the 2024 season. Also, we're on Spotify, the Fantasy Red Zone. Check us out there, too.
Yeah, hey, man. Everybody's got a favorite team out there. Mine's the Vikings, obviously. I got a Dante Culpepper jersey on, Jason. Anyways, dude, last year I was like, hey, man, Brian Flores, he's going to turn us around. We're going to be a top 10 defense by the end of the year. And it happened, man. So we're not going to be talking about a lot of defense, Jason. I mean, he had a top 10 run defense. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
They shut out the Raiders at one time, you know.
The Raiders.
So I can believe what I want. Raiders. I can sleep how I want. Whatever gets me going to sleep, Jason. I got one eyeball, for God's sakes.
That was Brian Hoyer's worst game of the season against the Vikings.
Was it Brian Hoyer? Well, fuck.
I don't know. I'm just like,
But hey, man, let us know about your coaching changes and how you feel about them in the comments below. We will respond. Let you know what we think. Rebound off each other. Rebounds, man. What the Timberwolves could have got, those idiots.
Oh.
Anyway,
make me want to pull out my eye.
I'm not from Minnesota, dude. I've never even been to Minnesota, and I'm all talking about this shit. Jason, into the news and brews. We got the brews. We got some news, man. It's getting a little, thin out there on the news right now, but whatever.
Really?
I've got a nugget, Jason. I got a nugget. You want to hear a nugget?
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs has not had a receiving touchdown in his entire 5-year career. Aaron Jones has had 12 over the last 3 seasons in Green Bay. So I believe Josh Jacobs, we keep on talking about how much better he's going to do, how he's a value. Just think about if he starts getting receiving touchdowns, Jason.
That's crazy because he is a receiving back. So he has never scored a touchdown, huh? Bold prediction. Tyler's already did one right there.
Oh, well, shit. I don't know how bold that is, dude. That's an anomaly. That's an anomalous fact. It's anomalous. Jason, Jalen Waddle, did you see this, man? 3-year, $85 million? Just so, how do you feel about that? Is that too much to pay? To me, now they're not going to pay Tua, which is fine. I mean, you can't pay Tua $50 million. So if they can get him in the $35 million, I mean, that to me, this is signaling that for Tua.
Maybe this is like something where they are trying to keep him around when Tyreek Hill is no longer Tyreek Hill.
Well, he said he's going to play 10 seasons. I can't remember what season he's on, but maybe 2 more, if I had to guess. So, yeah, I mean, he'd still be under contract when Tyreek Hill retires, and they could re-sign him to another contract. It's a good call, Jason. But still, oh, shit. But, man, I was thinking about this, Jason. You know how running backs got too expensive? And they're like, fuck this, dude. We're just going to start doing rookie running backs.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really do that with wide receivers because the highest bust rate is for wide receivers and tight ends, Jason, in the first couple rounds.
Yeah, it doesn't take like normally. I mean, let's take Sam Laporta out of there, but doesn't it normally take like 3 seasons before tight ends are kind of like, hey, they're pretty good.
Yeah, dude, but just think about all the bad wide receivers out there, man. Like they said that Jalen Reagor and Justin Jefferson kind of went close to each other. That kind of shit right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dog with the W, G, Olympic gold medalist Gable Stevenson signing with the Buffalo Bills. And this kind of got my interest, Jason, because do you remember Stephen Neal from our hometown of butthole of United States, Bakersfield, Jason?
Yeah, didn't he play for the Patriots?
Yeah, and I think he beat Brock Lesnar. He played, from our hometown, beat Brock Lesnar, went to the Patriots and was like an amazing offensive lineman immediately, given they had like one of the best offensive line coaches of all time. But this guy right here, Jason, did you know he went to the WWE and sucked the D?
How do you suck in something that's fake?
He didn't. He just he put forth zero effort apparently.
So user error. Okay.
Yeah, then he's like, and then he had some like sexual harassment cases against him.
Oh, he's gonna fit right in with the NFL.
NFL's like, come on down, WWE. Like, what's that? McMahon's over there shitting on people, literally, and he's like, we can't take this Gable guy. NFL's like, bring him on down. That shit's crazy, dude. Vince McMahon, thank you. I forgot about that, Jason. Dude, that guy was so old and roided up, dude. His neck was like the size of a pencil and his muscles were like fucking giant. Jason, moving forward, though, did you hear that the Bears will be on Hard Knocks?
I did, and I'm intrigued. I'm interested. It's piqued my interest. I want to watch it.
What's the first thing you think about, Jason, when you think of Hard Knocks?
Jay-Z.
I think of impact sprinklers, and if I should get them or regular sprinklers out in my front yard. You know the sprinklers?
Those are Hard Knocks?
Yeah, it's Hard Knocks, dude.
Hard Knocks sprinklers, man.
That's how it starts, man. It starts with the sprinklers. Damn it. But yeah, dude, Bears. So Caleb Williams, people, it's gonna, he's gonna trigger the older generation because of his fingernails and his phone or whatever the fuck, and he's gonna appeal to the younger generation for this. So it's like you want when you're trying to get ratings, you're trying to get love and hate, get both right there. If my dad saw me I'd probably be in rehab or something if my dad saw me putting on fingernails, Jason. He'd be like, that's unacceptable.
And put you in a straitjacket or something?
That's all.
Padded walls.
All right, whatever, dog. Jason, The Chiefs are serious about having Justin Reed or Reese Zammit kick off. So, like, we need to look at this stat and kind of back this up, Jason, but this kind of makes sense with your eyes. Have you seen the XFL and how they return kicks?
I mean, I saw a photo of some.
Dude, you got to watch like it's like a pooch kick. It seems like anyways, Jason, kickers are involved on 25 to 40% of tackles. They don't want Harrison Butker doing that, dude. They're like, this guy's already getting beat up in real life, man. We don't need him getting beat up on the field.
He should get beat up on the field. Put him out there.
Like,
as the kicker, as the gunner. Yeah, put him out there.
Yeah, but so yeah, dude. The baddest kickers of all time probably are Pat McAfee and Sebastian Janikowski. They will fuck your shit up.
Janikowski was cool, man. He used to play with the dip in.
He would like lace. He's like 6'5", 300 pounds. I feel like, dude, kick your ass.
He went out there hungover every Sunday.
Dude, he fucking taking shots at halftime.
Didn't even care, man. Didn't he try like a 77-yard field goal one time?
Yes, I just watched that the other day on Reddit. It was like, hey man, you never know if it was against the wind, Jason. They're like, the announcer's like, oh, so he's going against the wind for the 70s. It's like, fuck, dude, what are we doing?
Do you think the coach even asked him, like, do you think you can make this? He's probably like, yeah, put me in. I'll get that. I'll get that. Let's do it.
Seabass kicks. Seabass kick, dog.
Shatter the record. The longest field goal. Shatter it. Like, jeez. And it was a horrible kick. It was a horrible kick. It ended up being awful.
Bad answer. It's off a Family Fight. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Jason. All right, man. Let's go into our we have 5 players, man, with the coaching changes that it benefits. We got 5 players that is gonna bring down in the rankings that you should pay attention to. So let's start with the bad, Jason. Give it to me. I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
Wait. Are we doing all good, all bad, or we switch swap?
We could go back and forth.
Okay.
Let me get to my notes here. First one is going to be Justin Herbert. Let's go with the obvi. And okay. So the coaching changes for the Chargers is Jim Harbaugh and offensive coordinator Greg Roman. Chargers passed the ball 61% of the time in 2023, and Herbert benefited from Kellen Moore's throw-first system as he was quarterback 6 through week 13 before his season-ending injury. But now Jim Harbaugh is the head coach and Greg Roman is offensive coordinator. During the 2011-2014, when Roman was Harbaugh's play caller in San Francisco, they were never worse than 9th in rushing attempts. The quarterback during that time was Colin Kaepernick. The most passing touchdowns he threw in a season was 21. That was the same amount as Trevor Lawrence, who finished the season outside the top 12 in quarterback scoring last year. So despite the team averaging 37 rushes a game when Harbaugh coached Michigan, Herbert lost Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and pass catcher running back Austin Eckler. There isn't a lot of options. And when Roman was offensive coordinator at Baltimore, 2019 through 2022, the offense was either first or second in first down run rate.
And that's a good stat, Jason. Too. That means that you want to do it. It does not measure your dedication to the run, but it measures your want to, I guess.
Yeah, when you want to be like a quarterback, you want to pick a quarterback. You want a lot of options of him throwing the ball, a lot of chances of him throwing the ball. He's not gonna get a lot of that under Jim Harbaugh.
Jason, do you think that Justin Herbert is the most talented quarterback that Jim Harbaugh has ever had?
Yeah. You know what? Who else did he have? Alex Smith? Didn't he have Alex Smith?
Yeah, Alex Smith. Yeah,
he had Alex Smith.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick. Was that it?
I think that was it. Then he went to Michigan. Oh, so absolutely, yeah. The most talented quarterback he's coached would be Justin Herbert. But Justin Herbert don't really run like Colin Kaepernick did.
So to me, like I was thinking, I think that he would have picked a different offensive coordinator, Jason, if he was changing his philosophy based on, because I was just watching, I was reading, there's a big thread out on Reddit about deep diving in on this shit right here. Jim Harbaugh with Justin Herbert and everybody else. And I just don't think that, what was I talking about, Jason? Shit. I looked over my left and I forgot.
I'm not Justin Herbert being talented. The most talented.
Oh yeah, he's the most talented quarterback he's ever had. Oh, but I don't think he would have picked Greg Roman as his offensive coordinator. Because Greg Roman's, man, like there's one way he knows how to run an offense. So, and given, like, dude, Lamar Jackson finished as a, number 1 overall. He won people leagues that year, but that was kind of an outlier. He was around 7 to 10 to 12, all that kind of shit the rest of the time, I'm pretty sure, right, Jason?
He was next 7 to 10, what?
QB, like quarterback in the years.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what are you 7 to 10? What?
Because he had that. Because I just did this on. I just looked at this for my last short or whatever it was.
Well, yeah, Lamar Jackson. He's also used in the running game as well. Herbert's not going to be used in that running game.
That's what I was like, dude. Justin Herbert better start running because Colin Kaepernick was steadily quarterback 10, 12, 14, this and that, whatever it was. And as far as like yardage, this team was also like that, except for that 1 year in 2019 with Lamar Jackson. So unless we think that they're just going to start running the hell out of the ball like 2019, we should think that Justin Herbert, Jason, is probably going to be anywhere from quarterback 10 to quarterback 15.
Yeah. His talent, he could be definitely a top 10 quarterback, but he's not going to have the opportunities, And what we saw from Jim Harbaugh, like how he's structured, how he's building the foundation of that team right now, it's built to run. It's not built to pass.
Yeah. Greg Olson had the great thing about offensive lines. He's like, hey, man, it's not like there's a scheme. Like certain people have schemes. You can only do what your offensive line allows. So building your offensive line is like opens up your playbook tremendously. And so like I'm starting to think that I can't hold people drafting offensive linemen just to run the ball. But then I see Jim Harbaugh. I'm like, well, fuck yeah, dude. That's what he's going to do. But at the same time, it kind of opened up my mind to maybe because they draft certain offensive linemen, they're going to throw the ball more or do certain. It doesn't even matter, man. It depends on what that scheme is that the coach wants to run. I don't know, dude. I'm fucked up. Jason, you ready for the next one?
Yeah. Who's next?
Bijan. I even spelled his name, dude, but you know what I'm talking about.
I've heard of this guy.
Dude, running back 9 last year, Jason. Running back 9. And Kyren was running back 2. Why do I say that, Jason? Why do I say Kyren? Why am I comparing him to Kyren? Well, he got the offensive coordinator, Jason, that ran that Rams offense last year that got Kyren Williams to running back 2 on a points per game basis. Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson in. Arthur Smith out, dude. Arthur Smith is the devil, Jason. He's the devil. Rams, they use 11 personnel. What is 11 personnel, dude? It means you got 1 running back and 1 tight end and 3 wide receivers. So the Rams use that 82% of the time. So this offense is going to look completely different because they did that. The Rams did that number 1. They did that the most in the league, and the Falcons use 11 personnel, the last in the league, Jason. And so the Rams use 3 receivers on 94% of all plays. And the reason they do this, the 11 personnel with 3 wide receivers, every single play looks the same. And so it's very hard to call out tendencies and stuff like that. That's why we love the Sean McVay offense and everything else. As a whole thing about Shanahan, all that bullshit. So 11 personnel is very vital to that Shanahan shit, and that's what they're bringing. The Rams use single back sets at one of the highest rates in the NFL, dude, 44%, third, whereas the Falcons use it just 13% of the time. That's almost last in the NFL. So you're going to see a lot more single back sets with Bijan Robinson. He's going to have a lot more space to work. The Rams heavily targeted receivers in the passing game, 71% target share, Jason, first. So the Rams don't throw it to their running backs. Dude, the Falcons, they were the most. That's all they did. They threw it to the running backs and their tight ends. That's all they did. So this offense is going to look tremendously different. He's going to get his points in different ways. So he got his points. Bijan was 6th in receptions at 58, Jason. I didn't even look what Kyren Williams was. I put Kyren, and then I was supposed to look at it. I got one eye, dog. Give me a break. So anyways, the Falcons, Jason, what'd you say?
Kyren Williams had 32 receptions.
Are you like AI? What the fuck did you just do?
I cannot compute.
Oh my God. Jason Youthable. If you are a major network out there, you better be looking at free agents. Jason Youthable. Sign him to a big contract. Don't forget about me, Jason. The guy with the one eye.
It's the guy with the one eye. He's hard to miss. He might miss you, but he won't miss
Who
him.
is that guy? He's like fucking, yeah, plus my eye will probably stand out over people's heads. God damn it. I think it's a CIA trick. I need to bend my knees when I walk, fit into the crowd. Jason,
yeah.
The Falcons were 26th in scoring. Okay, so 19 points per game. The Rams were 9th, and that was with. Do you think the Rams had a lot of talent on the offensive line or anywhere else? Not really, dude. The Rams overperformed last year with this guy calling the plays, man. So he's going to get his points different ways, like I said. Kirk Cousins in, Desmond Ridder out. So they are going to be scoring. You can compare Kirk Cousins or maybe even Michael Penix to maybe a Matthew Stafford, dude. And Bijan, 25th in touches per game at 16. Kyren, number 1 in touches, Jason. Yeah, he touched the more. He was more involved than Christian McCaffrey, okay, when he was playing. So Bijan, get ready for the Bijan show, Jason. It's going to be polar opposites. Bijan, dude, dead last, 32nd in red zone touches at 29. Kyren, 4th. So this guy will run the ball in the red zone, dude. I don't know what the fuck was Arthur Smith doing, man? I don't know. Bijan, dude, 9th and 4th missed tackles per attempt. That's that awesome stat, Jason. Kyren, 25th. So Bijan is the better running back. He catches better balls. He's going to be in this offense where Kyren Williams just fucking blew people's minds, dude. The Rams, 14th in run block win rate. You think the Falcons have everybody's like, dude, Colin Coward. The Rams have a dominant offensive line, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the Rams were the Falcons have a dominant offensive line, blah, blah, blah. Dude, the Falcons were 28th in run block win rates. That's the one negative I could find. The Rams were 14th. The Falcons were 28th. They need to step up their run game, Jason. They did not get any. They're the same goddamn offensive line. They didn't draft or pick up anybody. And let's see. The Falcons have been bottom 5 in pass rate the last 2 years. And that McVay is usually in the middle of the league. So it is going to be a lot less guessing if it's run or pass. You just knew the Falcons were going to run when they were going to run. This is going to be a lot better. We talk about those 8%, Jason, Kyren Williams getting no 8 boxes. There was a reason for that. It's because nobody knew if they were going to pass or run. Jason, Bijan will feast. I'm moving Bijan past Derrick Henry after this show.
Yeah.
Oh,
dare
shit,
I
just
say?
Did this upside down. Oh.
Dare I say we might see a Todd Gurley 2.0? Do I dare?
That's actually a good point, Jason. That's actually good. That's actually a good point. That's a good point.
Well, I think the best point that you made was the goal line opportunities he did not have last season. And I swear, if that new coach, what's his name? Raheem Morris, right? The new head coach. If he puts in Tyler Algier at the goal line, I give up, dude. I give up.
I don't see them doing that, man. Like, it's like, it's just, I mean, I get that Algier is good, but he's going to be a good backup plan when Bijan is tired or injured. All right, dog. Next up, what you got?
All right, where are we going?
I lost my. Oh, I didn't lose my pen. I lost my pen.
Drake Mays, man.
Dude, good news coming about him too.
Good news coming about him. Okay.
Well, today.
Okay. Well, when Mac Jones was quarterback, Pats threw the ball 59% of the time. And we saw how that turned out. Plus, the Pats do not like passing the ball that much. They have quoted that. They want to return to the running game. New offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt hasn't skyrocketed a young quarterback season since Josh Freeman in 2010. And he is coming over from the Cleveland Browns, where the last couple of seasons, I think more of a good running game in Cleveland, more than a good passing game in Cleveland, including, and I mean, that's excluding Joe Flacco's amazing 5 games at the end of the season. Excluding that. Under Van Pelt, the Browns rushing game finished in the top 10 in the NFL in 3 of his 4 seasons, including finishing 3rd in rushing average in 2020 and leading the league in 2021 with 5.1 yards per rush. New head coach Jared Mayo is a defensive coach and wants to emphasize the run. None of this helps Drake May's case for 2024.
So, Jason, let's just hit this right now since, this is the one thing that Jason and I covered. We got 2 players that have benefited and did not benefit. But did you cover? So Stefanski called the plays for the Browns, but Van Pelt designed the plays? Did you read that?
Are you asking me? No.
Okay, so let me say that. So Van Pelt designed the plays. He had a heavy hand in the game planning, dude. So you can imagine how run heavy this team is going to be. He coached the quarterbacks. Let's see. But the only other point that with the Browns, you can like a lot of what he did with the Browns, man. Like look what he did with Joe Flacco and all that shit. But Stefanski is like, dude, Stefanski is really good, man. Coming from a Minnesota Viking fan. So I really would not put too much weight into that. But the bad thing is, especially with Stefanski, they did not have an offense, innovative offense enough to play towards Watson's strengths. And Jason, over the last 2 seasons, the Browns led the league Oh wait, the Browns league had 6+ off. Oh, they had a league high rate in 6+ offensive lineman usage, 10.8%, playing 24.3%. So it's like, dude, this team is just like, from their scheme to their personnel, is set up to run the hell out of the ball. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm trying to say here. And they're leading the NFL in plus tight ends and NFL in I formation plays. So that's great, dude. But I want my quarterback in fantasy doing shotgun shit and crazy shit all the time, Jason. In this offense, it's going to be like he's going to be hamstrung just like Justin Herbert, who you covered before this.
Yeah. I think by not passing the ball as much, they're definitely taking the ball out of his hands, which is less opportunity for him to score you points. And, there's still a lot of question marks with Drake Mays. He might be somebody you try to avoid, even as a backup quarterback.
Well, the offseason hype is building. He said these, like, dude, they're like, he's got amazing accuracy on deep throw. The Patriots news that just came out today was like amazing on Drake May.
Woo!
But, we live for that offseason, man. We live for those fucking stupid reports, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Patriots are like, we did not screw up. We drafted the right guy.
All right. Jason. We got AJB coming up. We got Kellen Moore, Jason, going over to the Eagles. A.J. Brown was wide receiver 5 last year, and that was greatly thought as a disappointment. It's not like he won anybody leagues, man. That fool was like, probably outside the wide receiver 10, outscored by Devontae Smith in the last half of the season. So any change is a good change in this offense. Let's see. A.J. Brown, they fired Brian Johnson after 1 year. Brian Johnson was the guy that tried to replace Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen is the amazing, he is one of our favorite offensive minds in the NFL.
Steichen we trust.
Exactly, dude. You just follow Shane Steichen. Invest in Colts. You'll probably be okay as long as they stay healthy. They brought in Kellen Moore from the Chargers. That was their answer. Jason, did you know that the Eagles were terrible against the blitz? Terrible. And Hurts was blitzed the second highest rate in the NFL of a full-time starting quarterback, receiving it 38.7% of his dropbacks. So teams were motivated by how bad the offense was under the blitz. Jason, Kellen Moore, success versus the blitz. With that terrible Chargers offensive line and team by the end of the year, man, still 12th in 2023. First, Jason, success versus the blitz with the Cowboys in 2022, and 7th in success versus the blitz in 2021 with the Cowboys. So they saw this. This is a stat that nobody gives a shit about, but, NFL teams give a shit. Fantasy people don't care. But, hey, man, Kellen Moore can handle the blitz, and that's what this team's biggest weakness, man. They had an amazing offensive line, Jason, but they did not perform well against the blitz. So this should solve that issue in everybody's minds. Everybody's, Jason. Everybody's.
That's crazy to me. Oh, sorry. Go on.
What were you gonna say, dude?
I was like, that's crazy to me that they struggled against the blitz. You would have think DeAndre Swift would have had more catches.
It's crazy that It's crazy that you'd blitz. I mean, I guess I understand. You'd have to blitz a better offensive line to create pressure. So them facing the most blitz percentage doesn't really surprise me, but their success versus blitz was terrible. So, and I couldn't find the exact number. It was just on those like bleedinggreen.com. It was it's like on all these goddamn forums, these fan forums and stuff like that. So the number one problem with this team was against the blitz. It was like I found
right.
It was, all right, I get it. It'd be nice to have some real data, but okay, I get it.
Right.
All right, Jason. So let's move on to the 2023 Chargers and how Moore did. 18th in yards, 21st in points. They were especially poor on the ground. So you're looking at Saquon Barkley, Jason, and you're like, oh, not so hot, man. 25th in rushing yards, 27th in yards per carry. But that was Eckler, and that team was just garbage. Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, their starting center, dude. And they had a couple other injuries as well. I'm counting last year as a wash for Kellen Moore. His first year there, dude, everything got injured. Oh my god, especially poor against the I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so but he did lead Dallas before that. So let's call that a wash. He led Dallas to number 4 overall scoring, Jason, 2022, number 1 in 2021. He was the hottest name, Jason, before that Chargers job. So the offense was supporting 2 top 15 wide receivers through the first week with Mike Williams. So Mike Williams was wide receiver 15 before, when he got injured. Keenan Allen was wide receiver 1. So A.J. Brown, wide receiver 1. Devontae Smith, wide receiver 15, would not surprise me. A.J. Brown finished as wide receiver 5. Devontae Smith finished as wide receiver 19. So that offense did not support 2 top 15 wide receivers. That was one of our predictions last year, was that it probably would, because they did the year before. Let's see, Jason. And then Dallas was 11th in pass rate with a great O-line the 3 years with Moore. Chargers were 6th with a terrible O-line, because I want to say the Chargers had to pass all the time because they just gave up so many points. But when you think about them with Dallas, Jason, they were 11th. So the Eagles had the number 1 offensive line, dude. They should be a pass-heavy team this year. Last year, Jason, they were 26th. The Eagles were 26th in pass rate last year. Kellen Moore will bring a pass-heavy scheme to this team. And to me, that means... Oh, also, I want to throw in, I just looked at playoff schedule, Jason. The number 1 easiest playoff schedule is for Saquon Barkley. So I will like Saquon Barkley, but this right here does scare me.
Yeah, last year when you said it was week 4 when Mike Williams got hurt. So the first 3 weeks, Keenan Allen was number 1. Mike Williams was number 15. But, I mean, you pretty much know. I still think Kellen Moore did a good job with what he had. That team was just like trash. I think, I could be mistaken. We'll get our assistant on it. Listen to me and look this up. That he actually was going to get offered the Chargers job after the season, but he turned it down. So
really,
it looked like they were going to try to keep him in the system. They turned it down. Could be wrong. I read that somewhere. It could be one of those fans that you were talking about earlier. The Chargers are going to give Kellen Moore a second chance. But, I mean, yeah. I still believe in Kellen Moore.
Okay, Kellen Moore declined to be Chargers interim head coach is what I'm reading right now.
Okay, so when they fired, what's his name? Stanley?
So I think, yeah, exactly. He didn't want to be the full-time head coach.
I think, oh, man, that's crazy. He's like, this is already a dumpster fire right now.
He's like, he didn't want to ruin his chances to be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing this.
All right, Jason. A.J. Brown, though. How do you feel about A.J. Brown next year?
I really like A.J. Brown when it comes to Kellen Moore's offense. Like I said, this offense can actually support 2 wide receivers. And
exactly.
So you could get A.J. Moore, who I think is the better back.
A.J. Brown.
Bigger, stronger. But, you can even think about the value in Devontae Smith later if he's going to be a top 15 wide receiver in Kellen Moore's offense.
And what ruins my mind is I had Keenan Allen last year, Jason. I'm like, who's going to run those routes? I would think more Devontae Smith than A.J. Brown. And so I'm like, oh, my God, I want Devontae Smith. So it just depends on your person, on who you want personally. But, Jason, moving forward,
okay,
who's next?
I
got no depth perception.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Crap, where'd it go? Okay, he finished the season as quarterback 14 with 26 touchdowns and 3,000 yards passing in 2023. And I don't see that improving with Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator. In 2021, Matt Ryan finished as QB 20. In 2022, Marcus Mariota finished as quarterback 20. And we saw a disaster year out of Desmond Ridder in 2023. Atlanta's passing offense were 19th, 31st, and 25th in yards under Arthur Smith. Wilson will see the same kind of weapons in Pittsburgh as he did in Denver with the wide receivers, which isn't much. And let me scroll down. And the Arthur Smith system will be facing the 7th hardest strength of schedule for quarterbacks. And Atlanta was 2nd in rush rate inside the 10, which can benefit Wilson because he has scored rushing touchdowns. So those may increase, but his 26 passing touchdowns will decrease.
Oh, yeah. Passing touchdowns. He was like, people were just so excited about the passing touchdown rate last year with Cortland Sutton. Given George Pickens is pretty good. I mean, Cortland Sutton's underrated, man. I would be surprised if George Pickens finished better than what Cortland Sutton did last year for Denver. I know that's kind of a hot take, but that would not surprise me. And God damn it, I don't want any wide receiver from Arthur Smith anyways. Jason, I'm reading articles right now about pickup on best ball. People are doing a lot of best ball. People are picking up Justin Fields already because you can get him super late. And it's like people think that he's going to be the starter by the end of before the season even starts. And I'm like, holy shit. I don't know where all this information is coming from.
That would be crazy. I mean, I feel like there's nobody who actually believes that Russell Wilson is going to finish the season as the quarterback for the Steelers. Another reason to stay away from him.
Yeah. So, I mean, Arthur Smith. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just there's so much shit, dude. And I would like to. Did you cover what Ryan Tannehill's highest finish was with him in Tennessee?
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill did great with under Arthur Smith. I mean, that whole offense kind of just like boomed. But then when he was getting full reins in Atlanta, it just did not happen.
I guess that would be a ceiling. But that was a young prime Ryan Tannehill with crazy ass AJ Brown. Now we got George Pickens, but he ain't no young AJ Brown. So
yeah, now we're saying stuff. It's like, look what he did like 5 years ago, and not the last 4 years.
All right. I mean, that one's pretty straightforward. Jason, how do you feel about that one?
I feel like it was straightforward.
I was going to say I've got a couple straightforward ones here in a minute. Let me see if this is one of them. Who's next? Oh, everything was. Oh yeah, this one actually is probably my most straightforward, Jason. And hey, we got a redemption, Jason.
Redemption? Who?
Did you see the news report? Oh, Caleb Williams. Did you see him on 7-on-7s today? He threw a deep touchdown pass to DJ Moore. Nothing touched the ground. Nothing touched the ground.
Well, that's good because I've been hearing he's been sucking.
I know, dude. It's just like, come on, man. It's like, that's why I was telling people. It's like, dude, he could have been doing some weird shit one day, experimenting, man. Experimenting. Now he's doing normal shit, and he's killing it. So, Jason, DJ Moore was wide receiver 6 last season. Isn't that pretty crazy? I mean, I did not think that he was going to do well.
Yeah, like a 50-point game in there. That definitely helps.
Yeah, he was in a huge slump, and all of a sudden he was getting like 3 touchdown games. Like all of a sudden, it was like, oh my God. Yep. But still, dude, DJ Moore is an amazing wide receiver. Wide receiver 6 last year. DK Metcalf was wide receiver 21. Why do I talk about that? Because Shane Waldron, offensive coordinator, is from the Seattle Seahawks, is in. Justin Fields is out. So Shane Waldron, I don't think he's a great offensive coordinator, Jason. I really don't. But I do think that he throws the goddamn ball, dude. So the Seahawks were not afraid to lean on the pass under Waldron, despite rostering Kenneth Walker. They finished 5th and 13th in pass rate the past 2 seasons. Now 13th, they did have 2 capable running backs, and they were not and they were not playing that well. But that one season they did well. They were bombing it, Jason. And Caleb Williams is going to be a definite upgrade from Geno Smith. So I could see a very pass-heavy team here. Chicago, Jason, was 31st in pass rate. So that's what is going to be super different about this offense. So Chicago is almost dead last, and you're going to have pretty much a top 5 passing offense moving forward. So that's going to be the biggest difference, and that's going to benefit DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, and every other goddamn person that catches the pass. Jason, let's see. From 2022 to 2023, Seattle's did I already say that? Oh, yeah. Pass rate ranked 12th in the red zone, top 12 in red zone on first downs and in neutral situations. So we talk about how people are dedicated to the run. Well, goddamn, Shane Waldron is dedicated to the pass, Jason. And even in red zones, DJ Moore, Jason, he is the red zone threat. That guy catches touchdowns, man. So like I would put Cole Kmet on here maybe, but his connection might just be special to Justin Fields. Now that we have a quarterback change, I just kind of want to go with the scheme, and I think DJ Moore is going to be the man that benefits. And look what that guy did today, dude. He caught a touchdown. DK Metcalf. Oh, no. Sorry. DJ Moore, dude, was 16th in red zone looks, and he was top 10 with a 29% target share. They added Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze, so that is the problem here. So Keenan Allen was 16th in red zone looks. And and they added 2 capable wide receivers. Well, still, I mean, oh shit, I should have got red zone looks for DK Metcalf, because that would have been the ticket here, Jason, because they have, if you notice this, I was going to tie this in, but they had JSN and Lockett. So this is the 2 teams with like 3 elite wide receivers. Shane Waldron had those 3 elite wide receivers in Seattle, and now that he gets the 3 elite wide receivers in Bears, I should have got DK Metcalf's target rate. I apologize about that, but DK Metcalf did get 119 targets with a 55% with a 55% catch rate, which is god awful. With JSN and Lockett, DJ got that 136 targets, so he got like pretty much 20 more targets, but he had that amazing catch rate, 71%. But dude, there is so much potential, Jason, for where DJ Moore is going. Dear Lord, if I could get Justin Jefferson, and then I think I'm picking Marvin Harrison Jr. over DJ Moore right now, but I might be moving DJ Moore up because this Shane Waldron kind of shit is kind of making me thirsty.
Thirsty? Yeah, just so you know, DK Metcalf for like target rate in the red zone, he's like been in the top 3 the last 2 seasons. He was number 1
last year.
What?
Last year he was?
I know in 2022 he was, and he had to be like.
Well, that's amazing, Jason. That's amazing. And I do want to. Oh, I think that's later on. Oh, did I say that? Who did I talk about? Oh, I didn't talk about. No, never mind. We're good. I was talking about DJ Moore. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm drunk.
No, that's all right. DJ Moore is the guy I want to target anyway. He's the guy that's going to get you those 50 to 60-yard touchdowns when Caleb Williams is running 30 yards in the backfield waiting for someone just to go straight to the post.
Jason, I keep on saying this. Or like, oh, the negative about Caleb Williams is he extends the play and leans on the incredible, or I can't remember what it was. Well, it's like, well, you know who that benefits? DJ Moore. Like, yeah. I'm so in on more. Even though Keenan Allen like was my darling last year, I am so much more on DJ Moore this year. Like, if I can get him, I'm having a real hard time, Jason, with Marvin Harrison Jr. or him in 3rd round.
Yeah, I keep putting DJ Moore up. He keeps climbing.
He's climbing. All right, Jason. I'm going to grab another beer while you explain the next player.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, shit. Good. That's right. This ties into my next dude. Good job.
Nice. I did this for you. Everything I do it for you.
Everything I do it.
Okay, so he was quarterback 10 last season with the best stats of his career, 28 touchdowns and 4,000 passing yards. There are 2 reasons for this outcome. A poor running game. Bucks were 32nd in rushing yards and 32nd in yards per carry. And offensive coordinator Dave Canales, who is the quarterback guru apparently, he revived Geno Smith's and Baker Mayfield's career. If you want a little glimpse of what could happen to Mayfield without Dave as the offensive coordinator, look at Geno Smith regression in 2023 with a poor run game. Or with that poor run game, Bucks were bottom 4th in the league in rushing attempts at the goal line. Canales had Mayfield top 10 in attempts and touchdowns inside the 10-yard line. So in his system, they didn't run the ball within the 10. They passed the ball within the 10. But now the Buccaneers have a new offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, is getting his first chance at coaching in the league. But he did spend time in Sean McVay's coaching tree. So it's expected the Buccaneers to get a slight bump in run efficiency while Cohen implements a motion-heavy and run zone scheme. The salt and pepper to Sean McVay's steak could signify more rushes at the goal line for the running back Rachaad White and less touchdowns for Baker Mayfield.
So Jason, remember when Shane Steichen left? It's like I am kind of starting to think that Shane Steichen. I mean, I don't have as much respect for Dave Canales just yet, because man, Shane Steichen was insane with the Justin Herbert and everything else. But man, like you said, Geno Smith was quarterback 5 in 2022 with Dave Canales as his quarterback coach, and then what was it? Baker Mayfield was quarterback 11 last year, maybe points
10.
per game or some shit.
10.
So, do I wonder? It's like, man, I think that's going to be a huge regression there. with Baker Mayfield. And where did this coach come from, you said? Was he internal?
Say what?
Was he internal? You said he came from the McVay system or something?
No, where did he? Oh my god, I think he came from the Rams. If I
it's McVay, dog.
Oh my god, I can't remember. No, yeah, he was under he coached with. He was on Sean McVay's staff. This is actually his first time as being like a coach. He came from Kentucky. He he helped Will Levis, I think, blow up. But
you just did Baker, yeah. So yeah, everything that you're saying right now, I think Baker needs. I think that this type of team needs a perfect situation. And now, so my situation here, Jason, I didn't have Baker ranked that high anyways, but my situation now is wondering where to rank Mike Evans after last year. Because if you can rank Mike Evans correctly, you will have an advantage. Because man, that guy overperformed last year. People were trying to trade him, Jason, in our league. Couldn't even trade him. And that fool won people championships probably.
Yeah, who do you think is going to – and they're moving Chris Godwin to the slot again.
Shit.
There's a chance.
From the slot?
And what?
So they're moving him from the slot? Out of the slot?
He was I believe most of his routes last year were not in the slot. And so they're trying to put him back into the slot.
All right, people. So I think that we were just talking about people, what's his name? Dave Canales. So Geno Smith, Jason, is next.
Talking about people. Yeah.
Has anybody commented, Jason?
Nobody.
Come on, people. If you're watching this shit, you got to comment, man. Come on. Just give us one of those equal signs with the parentheses.
What's that even mean? What does that mean?
So, yeah, man. Geno Smith finished his quarterback 25 last year. I just said he finished his quarterback 5. So he went back 20 slots, dude. And we're talking about how you can wait on Jordan Love. No, Jordan Love's going high again. Now people are like, oh, you're sleeping on Kyler Murray, Jason. There's people talking about that shit. We're like, shut the fuck up, dude. I want to wait on a quarterback. Can you just stop? Well, the one quarterback that's going to be there, Jason, is Geno Smith. So let's see. Mike McDonald and Ryan Grubb in. Pete Carroll and Shane Waldron out. I just talked about Shane Waldron. It was like, man, why would I think this guy's even better than Shane Waldron? Well, Shane Waldron was like, oh, dude, top 12 this, top 12 this, top 5 this. This guy could be number 1, Jason. Nick Chubb. Oh, was Nick Chubb? Did I say Nick Chubb? Ryan Chubb. Grubb. Ryan Grubb could be number 1, man, in pass attempts this year. God damn it. This offense could be. He has plays, Jason, that Geno Smith has never seen before in his whole life. He's never seen them. He says it's going to be up-tempo and aggressive. Over the past 2 seasons, Grubb has helped quarterback Michael Penix perform as one of the nation's top quarterbacks. The Huskies averaged 370 yards per game last year or 2 years ago, 370 passing yards per game. You know how crazy that shit is? That is insane. And then 343 last year. That was second in the league, college. But Jason, this rushing offense was 104th. Jason, this guy doesn't run the fucking ball, dude. This guy is extreme. This guy is like air raid Mike Leach or whatever, this Veach guy. Okay, so this is the offensive coordinator from the air raid offense of the Washington. So am I going to be heavily invested into the Seattle offense? Dude, I'll probably be picking up Lockett super late. I don't know who I'm going to pick up. I'm going to pick up some people on Washington's offense, man. One of the 3 wide receivers and maybe Geno Smith late, because there's a chance, Jason, this shit's going to just go fucking weird, man. When you get a coach, there's going to be an outlier situation. You get a Chip Kelly just making up plays, running plays every 20 seconds type of shit. So Penix, and I do want to say this is good for Geno Smith because Penix's deep ball rate jumped from 15.9 to 21% in 2023. And Geno Smith, when he was good, dude, quarterback 5, his deep rate was high, Jason. His passing grade, everything was high. So this aligns with what Geno Smith is good at, and it could be extreme. So we're looking for extremes here. And Jason, man, I don't know how more extreme than a crazy-ass college coach coming to the pros, man. Especially Mike McDonald's unproven. Do you think he's going to have a lot of weight over his offensive coordinator? You know what I'm saying? It's not like this guy's been a proven head coach for 5 years and he's like, dude, offensive coordinator, do what I tell you to do. This guy is his first head coaching job.
And it's so Seattle has a new head coach, new offensive coordinator. So we're going to see some different shit up there in Seattle. And the one thing that I do want to see improve, that can help all the fantasy players on the offensive side, is their time of possession, because Seattle has been in the bottom 4 in time of possession for like 3 straight years. And so that's them off the field, not being able to convert, not scoring, leaving points on the field. Let's see them stay on the field, finish drives, get more points for everybody. That's what I'm excited to see. With the new system and everything, it's probably going to happen.
Again, Jason, if there's a major network out there that needs a free agent, Jason Utherwalt needs a feed, has mouths to feed, and is hungry for it to succeed. So has mouths to feed and is hungry to succeed. That's pretty
I'm hungry for knowledge.
Dude, that what you just said was amazing, man. Off the top of your head. I know you didn't look that up or anything. All right, Mr. Jason Utherwalt. Let's go on to the next player. We got 2 more. We got 10 minutes. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, this one's gonna be quick. Okay. And
that's what she said.
Woo!
That's what he or she said. He or she said.
They both said that because they got to put the baby to bed. Okay.
You know better than anybody.
So the wide receiver core, or the Raiders wide receiver core, is in jeopardy. Maybe except one person. Let's get into it. Let's dive in, shall we? So new offensive coordinator Luke Getsy isn't a sexy hire for the Raiders, not at all. He was the Bears offensive coordinator until he was fired in January. He probably got quarterback Justin Fields fired too. Now I know Fields played a role in this system, but the Bears were 28th or lower in pass rate over the last 2 seasons. Tyler, you kind of mentioned that earlier. Bears ranked 24th in yards per play last season and 20th in 2022. That's not very good. Not a very good offensive system, but he is run heavy, and Antonio Pierce wants to run the ball. Davante Adams, he's going to get his. He's probably going to get like another 150 targets. Even if 75 of those targets are uncatchable, he's going to get his targets. But even though, like, Jacoby Myers has talent, stay away from him, Michael Gallup, Trey Tucker, and rookie Michael Bowers in this messy run offense.
And who is it? Who did you say?
Luke Getsy.
No, who's the player?
I said the Raiders wide receiver core. Except Davante Adams, because he's still going to get his.
Well, my problem is, Jason, with if AOC is there. Okay, so you had Jason, you had Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
And I had Davante Adams. So is it the way I remember, Jason? And as soon as Aiden O'Connell took over, it was all Davante Adams, right?
Yes.
Jimmy Garoppolo was all Jacoby Myers?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I think Davante Adams, I don't know, dude, if who knows who Gardner Minshew will pick, but Davante Adams and AOC, I am all about.
Yeah, because like I said, he's going to get 150 targets, even if only 75 of them are catchable. He's still going to get the targets. Now, those uncatchable targets going to anybody else when they're only getting a total of, like 70, 90 targets on the year, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it.
Michael Penix, Jason. They should have got Michael Penix.
Yeah. They should have. All right, one more.
I'm pretty sure that's the main character from one of my favorite movies, Triple R. If you've never seen Triple R, go on Netflix. Check that shit. It's only 3 hours, Jason.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what movie I watched yesterday? 3 hours long. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna call Jason and see if he wants to play games. I'll text him. And I started watching Blood In, Blood Out with like my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I watched that entire movie, dude. That's a 3 hour movie, Jason. Blood In, Blood Out. I think it's on Hulu.
Really?
Dude, I thought that was a movie we watched in high school. No, we watched American Me.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, Blood In, Blood Out's a little too hardcore.
American Me. Yeah, we watched that in high school. I almost watched was a Close Encounter with the Third Kind. But I saw it was like 2 hours and 14 minutes, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed. It's 8:30.
I don't have time for this shit.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Don't you want to watch about aliens? Don't you want to see a bunch of shit about alien abductions before you go to bed, Jason?
I did, but I was like falling asleep, man.
Hey, man, if you're into alien stuff, comment down below. Hey, if you want to know everything about aliens, just watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind and then The Abyss.
Yeah, the truth is out there.
The truth is, I want to believe, dog. All right. Talking about want to believe. I want to believe in this next guy, Jason. Rhamondre Stevenson, running back 27 from last year. Okay. So we're like, why the fuck am I even talking about this guy, dude? This guy sucks. One of the worst running backs ever. Well, they got a new coaching staff. And plus, this guy was good at one point, Jason. All right. So Gerard Mayo and Alex Van Pelt in, Bill Belichick and Billy O'Brien out. Billy O'Brien, dude, that guy, dude, led a 31st points per game last year offense. 31st. They were 16th in 2022 and 7th in 2021. I think those are the 3 years, Jason, without Tom Brady. So there you go. It's probably been 4 years or 5 years. I don't know. So, but I already talked about Stefanski calling plays and where Van Pelt came from. The Browns, dude, and they led the league in I formations. They led the league in how often they use man blocking and heavily feature schemes with pulling linemen. So as far as linemen just getting pulled and all that shit, they lead the league in all these running schemes, dude. Everything. That's it. In 5 stops as an offensive coordinator, this guy, Van Pelt, dude, he's been around for 30 goddamn years. He ranked 31st, 21st, 2nd, 9th, 5th, and 4th in rush attempts. So he had one outlier season, 21st, but then, top 10, top 5 every season, Jason, in run attempts. The Pats, Jason, were 23rd. We're 23rd in run rate, okay? Run rate. So the Pats didn't run the ball last year. That is counterintuitive to what I know about the Patriots, Jason. So they will get back to running the hell out of the ball. Stevenson finished running back 10 in 2022. He's got Antonio Gibson there, and it's like, yeah, dude, how many years in fantasy football are we going to be talking about Antonio Gibson with 0 results? Okay, so I'm not fucking buying that. You don't buy it, dude. Ezekiel Elliott, I think, was actually the better running back here, and he's out. He's back in Dallas. So, and the month, Jason, the 4 weeks before he injured his ankle, he was 13th in forced missed tackles per attempt. So we love that. And he was 3rd in yards after contact. So usually you have the agility and some strength. Dude, he's got both. Okay. So Rhamondre Stevenson, when he came in the league, was one of the best pure runners in the league. I remember that. That's why I think I picked him up his rookie year. I think I got to use him like 2 games in the end of the year. But man, he turned into a beast for Jason's dad. The year after that, had a bad year last year. Look for him to bounce back this year. He's going too late in fantasy drafts.
It's so bizarre to me that for how many times they benched Mac Jones last year that they still wanted to pass the ball.
That is weird. Wasn't that weird that I said they're 23rd in run rate last year? It's like, dude, you didn't even have a good quarterback. What the fuck was your deal?
That's what I was saying in my piece earlier. They threw the ball 59% of the time. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. This new system is like, no. Van Pelt, he's not really great at making great quarterbacks. He's all about that run. So he's like, hey, let's go try to run the ball a little bit more. Let's kind of like forget about that passing a little bit, okay? Yeah, it's just bizarre to me how that happened because Rhamondre Stevenson's their best player on offense, and they didn't want to use him. Even when Bailey Zappi came in, dude, they still threw the ball a ton.
All right, Jason, good show. That's it for the episode. Thank you so much for watching, man. This is our live shit, dude. Please subscribe, man. We need it. Hopefully we earned a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned a subscription. I'm not just asking for it. Hopefully we earned it, man. Look at this eye, dude. I'm drinking when I probably shouldn't be. I've got blood flowing, dog, and open wound. Let's go. All right. I love this shit. Jason loves this shit. We love, whatever I'm trying to say.
We love
so please subscribe, man. Jason, send us out.
Yeah, we got a video coming out Monday or Tuesday morning, so look for us.
Monday morning, Jason. I got the best playoff schedules.
Oh, you ended up doing it.
Well, dude, that website came out, Jason. The website came out with their things that I like. Is a Fantasy Pros Fantasy Toolbox.
There we go.
So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'll share it with you guys. You better tune in. Otherwise, you won't win the championship.
Tune in to win, and so you don't have to read it on your own.
This is Tyler.
Deuces.
Tyler Big Turd Ward, otherwise known as One Eye. Just like Left Eye, but a little bit different. Jason, Lucky Bastard, Youth of Wolf.